Greetings and salutations, everyone! How are you all doing? Hello! Happy Thursday! It is I, Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. I am a variety streamer who streams story-heavy video games, and I'm also a GM and musician and music professor. And thanks, everyone, for being here. It is 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to be doing part 2 of the game Attentant 1942. So Attentant 1942 is one of the games nominated for Excellence in Narrative by the Independent Game Festival for 2018. And we started already. We played part 1 last week, and you can find part 1 in the archive either here on the VOD or at our YouTube. And in this game, we are a modern person, and we are trying to find out, and our grandfather's in the hospital, and we're trying to find out why our grandfather was arrested the night of the assassination attempt on Reinhard Heydrich's life in 1942. And Reinhard Heydrich was the protectorate general, or the Nazi in charge of Czechoslovakia at the time, and he was very brutal. He was also one of the architects of the final solution, and he was attacked. And we're trying to find. And on the same day, in the aftermath of the attack, our grandfather, our fictional grandfather, was arrested by the Nazis, and we're trying to find out why. So, what do we know? First off, I hope everybody's okay in chat. I hope you're fine. So, what can I tell you? I've got news. I've got different sorts of excitement before we start the game, but that's the game. So, if, for example, you are not, it is not safe for you to watch a video game about the Holocaust, then you should not be here today, because the game is about World War II and Nazis and the Holocaust and attacks. So, if you're not able, if it is not a good choice for you to see the game, then you should not see the game. Hello, Vulpas! How are you? I hope you're doing well. So before we get into the game itself, I have got announcements. It's good to see you, Vulpes. I hope you're doing well. So announcement 1 is I've got 2 things going on. Next Friday, and for 2 or 3 Fridays in a row, I will be GMing Cthulhu Confidential on Geekspace TV as part of their as part of their, let's see, I think this is how I do it, right? Yes? No, I think I do it this way. I'm trying to type in the command. Geekspace TV. Right, so I'll be running that game. It's a tabletop RPG with 1 GM and 1 player. It will be me and Drunkly Romantic. And it will be Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And it will run for 2 or 3 sessions. And that'll be very exciting, so I hope you all can come out and watch me GM it. It's a very narrative-heavy game that is noir Cthulhu. So Cthulhu noir. So, again, I hope you can come out for it. I'm very excited. Ooh! The name game! Come on, everybody! I said, now let's play a game! I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bow at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Levi, 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 Bo Bevi, Banana, Fana, Fo Fivi, Fee, Fi, Mo Mevi, Levi. Thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you. It is much appreciated. So much. Thank you. Oh, yay. 13 months in a row. Woo! Also, all the Cthulhu hype. Yes. So I'll be doing that on Friday for the next 2 or 3 Fridays, depending on how long it takes Drunkly to work through the adventure. So come and see me. Also, the other thing I'm doing is on Saturday, we're starting a new game on the PS4, and it's Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. And I will be blind playthrough as always, and I will be playing through that on Saturday at noon. But also, our community member and also fellow streamer Salixon will also be streaming Senua's Sacrifice, but on Mondays. And he also has played this before, so it's not a blind playthrough for him. It's his second playthrough. And he'll be playing it, and I'll be playing it. I'll probably take longer than he will, since he's done it before. But when we're both done, we're going to get together and do an after-action report and talk about it. The game itself has a lot going on. There's a lot of discussion about mental illness, and so there's a lot there. So look forward to an after-action report coming up, tied to my playing of Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade. So that's going to be really exciting. I know, I'm excited about getting in there into Drunkly's mind. So those are the 2 big announcements: Senua's Sacrifice and an after-action report, and also Cthulhu Confidential. I'll be running the adventure The Fathomless Sleep, which is one of the adventures that comes with the game. Very excited to run it. Yeah. And, okay, so those are all the big announcements, but let me tell you something else. So we're playing Attentant 1942, right? So just the other day, I was watching a reality show on television, as you sometimes do. And the reality show that I was watching was recommended to me by IO9, probably. And the show is called Churchill's Secret Agents. Well, that's what it's called in the United States. In Britain, it's called something else. But like SOE something. Anyway, what happened in the show, it's a reality show where they had 14 people volunteer to go through SOE training. Oh, Jer, I did re-dye my beard. Yes, I did. Yesterday, I went down to the salon. I got my beard re-bleached and re-dyed. And today, I went to a special salon that specializes in cutting beards. So I went and I got myself all re-dyed yesterday and got myself all clipped up so I can be fully Taroshi. Thanks for noting. I'm super fresh right now. It's for school, which starts on Tuesday. So, school starting Tuesday. So, okay, so in this reality show, they get these people and they put them through the training that people went through to become SOE agents in World War II. And involved, learning how to shoot and bombs and picking locks and all the different things that they had to go through to become an SOE agent. Now, of course, I'm watching this because I want to run a World War II resistance game, RPG, where the people may be SOE agents and then airdropped in and all sorts of excitement. So, yes, that is a thing that I'm looking for. But here's the crazy thing. I'm watching it, and guess what I learned? I learned that... So we're playing this game, Attentat 1942, which talks about these 2 Czech people, resistance people, who did this assassination attempt on Reinhard Heydrich, right? So it turns out, how is this for cool? Those 2 Czech dudes who did the assassination attempt were trained by the SOE. They were SOE agents. So they were part of the British SOE. How is that for, this amazing full circle? Right? They were humans of the resistance persuasion. And right? So they were trained by the SOE. And when I was watching this, I learned that the SOE trained, they trained hundreds and hundreds of people. They had maybe they had a lot of people that ended up being SOE agents, but many of them were Poles or Czechs or French, people from all over the world who had been basically invaded by Axis powers, and when they were displaced, they came to England, they got SOE training, and they went back in as agents. So I just thought that was super cool, because that opens up so many different kinds of character types. If I'm going to run an SOE game, right, that's all sorts of people who could be SOE agents. Anyway, it was a really good reality show. It was only 5 episodes, and it was lots of good training. Yes, Krellin, right? The blueness. Krellin, I want to tell you that when you told me in Discord, by the way, we have a Discord, it's brilliant, that we were talking about whether or not board games can make you feel things, and you said that Seafault made you angry, I just laughed so hard. That was so good. That was good. I loved it. So, and yes, if you're not on the Discord, you should join us there, because our Discord is excellent, and people hang out and we have wonderful conversations, and I love it. So, we're going to dive in to Attentat 1942 to find out if we can find out the mystery of our grandfather and why he was... we are Alexei is what we're calling ourselves. We'll continue. Why he was arrested. And what's interesting, right, is that here's the details. So if you want to know the details, here are the details. We talked to our grandmother, and she told us about the creepy neighbor Josef Malek, who seemed to be a collaborator, told us about Matthias Krejar, who was his good friend and a resistance member, and then also Marie Chernakova, who was in the concentration camp with him. And so we learned all about those people, we interviewed them, and then as we interviewed... So it turns out that our grandfather wasn't actually in the resistance, but he was helping a Jewish friend of his get papers, and Grandpa was Kaiser Sose, which I think is totally true. But we learned, so that the collaborator was like, no, I didn't say anything. And the resistance guy was like, I didn't say anything, but the collaborator guy said that Grandma was dating the German guy at the post office, and that he thinks the German guy was the one who got Grandpa arrested. So we probably need to find out about that, but we should contact Postbellum, which is this organization that interviewed our grandpa. You know, I know it makes a lot of sense. So here's the thing. So far, we have avoided going to the hospital to speak to our grandpa, and I don't know why we're avoiding it. I don't know why I want to wait, but I feel like we need more information. So let's call this organization this historical organization. Ooh, Postbellum Recordings. Your grandpa's interview with a journalist from Postbellum. Oh, wow. Okay. Gestapo interrogation, arrest, Terezin, which is Theresienstadt, small fortress, repatriation, Auschwitz. I know, right, Jarrett? So true. It just... it also makes a German person a bad guy, and for some reason that's pretty prevalent in World War II games. That's true, although he's actually technically Czech, but he's Sudeten Czech, so, you know, it's kind of tricky. He's not a German citizen, so tricky. So let's start with the arrest.
Já o tom dost nerad mluvím, protože to celý špatně skončilo.
Váš přítel říkáte, že nepřežil.
Právě, že nepřežil.
Oh no.
O mého kamaráda ze školy.
This is true, Krellin.
Egona Mareše. To byl bohem. A vždycky měl rád hezký holky.
Oh.
A kvůli tomu taky založil ještě na škole kapelu. Já v ní hrál na klarinet. Byli jsme velký kamarádi. Já jsem byl vždycky spíš takovej ve všem, střídmější. Za války to tak nějak opadlo. Já se oženil a kapela se rozpadla. Vlastně jsem se přestal setkávat i s tím Egonem. A Někdy v zimě v roce 42 jsem ho potkal ve městě. To vypadalo hrozně, no, protože to víte, no, nenastoupil do transportu, takže se skrýval.
Hey, Magpie, you're a test?
Ale nikdy to předtím nějak neprožíval. My jsme to ani nevěděli. A tak se z něj stal štvanec. Mně bylo jasný, že bych mu měl nějak pomoct. I když to bylo tenkrát nebezpečný. Neměl žádný doklady, takže kdyby ho kontrolovali, tak to by dopadlo špatně. Pak jsem přišel na úžasný nápad, že jako ztratím doklady a že půjdu na policii a tam budu žádat, aby mě vystavili nový. Tak jsem to udělal a tu starou občanku, tu jsem zanes ke Krejcarovi, který znal někoho, kdo uměl předělat doklady. Takže Egon měl občanku se svojí fotkou na moje jméno, ale mohl se s tím pohybovat po městě.
You know, Magpie Mirror Test, I've never been to Theresienstadt. I know autocorrect, but I work on cabaret music and popular music in Germany in the interwar period, and so many of these musicians and artists and creative people ended up being sent to Theresienstadt because that was the concentration camp where they sent artists. They even made, and it's amazing because there's this guy, Ullmann is his name, he was a composer, and he was in Theresienstadt, and he continued composing, and he created these cabarets and operas and these amazing works of art in the camps, the King from Atlantis, and to sort of think about even being in these moments, using art to find a way to communicate what's happening to you, and you know, through allegory, of course, but the strength of art, right? I mean, it's very moving. So I wish I could play some of the music. It's pretty amazing, but I can't. Let's find out about the Gestapo interrogation.
Já jsem vůbec nevěděl, co se děje, až když mi pak ukázali moje, teda Egonovy doklady, tak ve mně hrklo a bylo mi jasný, že je zlé. Víte, co to je? Biogra na pečkárně. To je taková holá místnost ve sklepě, bílá stěna, tam jsou lavice, jako v kině, a před vámi stěna, bílá. Tam si začnete promítat ty všechny svoje představy hrůzný, co bude, co nebude. No, pak si pro vás přijde, pro mě si přišel takový chlap jako hora. A mi ukázali ty moje staré doklady, co jsem dal Egonovi. Já jsem jim vysvětloval, že mi je někdo ukradl, ale ten chlap, vazoun, si na mě vzal pořádně tlustou hůl a řekl, že nemá cenu nic zatloukat a krýt někoho, když už je stejně mrtvej. Já hned věděl, že nesmím nic prozradit. No, protože to by přišli na Krejcara, na další lidi, taky na mě. Tak jsem pořád dokola opakoval, že jsem ty doklady ztratil. Pak už jsem nemohl ani mluvit. Vždycky si mě vytáhli z cely, vzali si mě do parády a přitom na mě řvali, že jestli nepromluvím, tak mě nechají popravit. A víc do toho zamontovali, že schvaluju atentát, ale nakonec ze mě nic nedostali. Nebylo to jednoduchý. No pak asi usoudili, že z toho nic nebude, tak mě nechali bejt. Po nějaký době mě převezli do malé pevnosti v Terezíně.
Hey, do you know what else I wanted to tell you all about this game? This game was made by the history department at the university in Prague. Figure out why the Gestapo arrested Grandpa. Oh, hey, we figure out what Grandpa had to do with Hydra's assassination. Figure out the role Aegon Madish played in the arrest of your grandpa. So we figured out 2 of the game objectives. But now we have to figure out this next one. Yeah, so this was actually made by a university history department. How cool is that? Let's find out about the small fortress at Teresin.
Po začení vás teda po nějaký době přivezli z Prahy.
And this is based on all
Ano,
interviews.
do malé pevnosti. Tam dávali lidi hlavně za odboj, ale taky kriminálníky. Ona to byla vlastně taková policejní věznice. Pro mě to byl teda obrovský šok, jak to tam bylo příšerný. Tam denně umírali lidi na nemoci, z hladu a taky stačilo, když jste se někomu znelíbil. Přímo na dvoře před ostatníma vás utloukli holema nebo taky zastřelili. Já jsem dostal celu číslo 14. To si budu navždycky pamatovat.
I mean, it
Po
really is
obou
amazing, isn't it?
stranách stěn byly prkený trojpatrový palandy. Ta cela byla původně pro 40 lidí, jenže ve skutečnosti se nás tam muselo směstnat mnohem víc. Slamníky, tak ty byli úplně vydrolený, takže se vlastně spalo na holých prknech. A v té celé v rohu bez zástěn stála jedna záchodová mísa a ze zdi koukal jeden kohoutek se studenou vodou. Většina bachařů to byli gauneři. Nad dvorem měl dozor nějaký Rojko, Němec, ale z protektorátu. Já jsem zažil, jak o jednoho vězně rozštípal násadu od štěte. Schmidt.
I don't speak Czech at all, but I love listening to the rhythm of the language.
Že 2 bachaři byli slušní. No,
Hey,
asi
folks,
po 14 dnech jsme šli na Außenkommanda. To se chodilo různě pracovat ven z pevnosti. Špatný komando bylo Reichsbahn. Tam se podbíjeli pražce, nakládali vagóny a tam jsem samozřejmě začínal.
Oh, oh no!
Dráha nám vařila polívku. Byla to spíš pobarvená voda.
They gave him soup, but it was basically colored water, but warm.
Tady jsem zůstal jakou dobu.
He stayed there for some time until I got into a rather good work detail.
No, celkem dobrý komando. Krankenbau. To byla
Krankenbau
nemocnice v
was a
Litoměřici.
hospital.
Tam jsme
And
čistili
they
cihly od
cleaned the
vomítky
plaster off of bricks
a káceli kaštany.
and cut down chestnut trees.
Německý sestry.
And sometimes the German
občas
nurses
tajně podstrčili chleba
secretly
s
gave them
máslem.
bread and butter. Oh, but if you're only listening, then you can't hear what's happening, and I don't want you to be lost, Krellin. I care. But you know, I don't want you to be lost. Oh, so we should probably then go to Auschwitz and find out what happened to him there.
Z malé pevnosti jste se dostal do Osvětimi.
So he was moved from the
Ano,
small fortress to
tehdy nás
Auschwitz,
jelo z Terezína asi 30. Vrátili nám naše
and
oblečení.
30 of them went, and they were given their
Eskortovali
clothes.
nás v osobním
They were
vlaku.
escorted in a personal train.
V noci nás vždycky odvedli do nějaký věznice, kde jsme přespali a ráno jsme
Yeah,
zase pokračovali a
we slept in the
až
morning. We
jsme
continued
dojeli
on
do
until we
té
arrived in Auschwitz.
Osvětimi.
You know, I just feel like
A tam
listening to
hned, jak jsme vystoupili, nám sebrali
the older generation is
naše
so important.
oblečení,
They sent us straight to the
poslali
prison,
nás
took off our clothes, and sent us into the
koupelně,
showers, where they bathed us,
vykoupali,
deliced us,
odšivili.
and then shoved us out into the courtyard
Tak, jak jsme
as we
byli,
were.
nás vyhnali ven na dvůr a tam jsme museli stát
We'd
několik
have to stand there for
hodin,
several hours until they
než nám
finally give us prison
konečně
uniforms and wooden
dali
shoes.
táborový hadry a dřeváky a odvedli nás na
They took us to block number
číslo
9.
9.
That's where they
Tam
mostly put the
dávali
newcomers.
hlavně jako nově příchozí. Tam nám jeden žid, vězeň,
There we were sent to a Jew who
číslo
tattooed numbers onto us. Countless people have already died there.
Mrtvejch nepočítaně. I když
Although at the time we knew nothing about the gas chambers in Birkenau. My uncle would tell one or two stories and then go into the basement and drink whiskey and
Z té
cry.
devítky se chodilo pracovat hlavně na Bauhof.
So one fought for fighting demons and dragon cultists in another window.
Komando. Tam se vykládali
We unloaded 50
50
kilo sacks of cement.
pytle s cementem.
Your dad was in the
Dovedete si
occupation. Oh,
představit při té stravě, jakou jsme měli sílu? 50
yeah.
kilo.
Good lord, 50 kilos and always
šnel. No, ale v těch
and in the wooden
dřevákách
shoes.
to šnel moc nešlo. A navíc já nikdy nebyl na těžkou práci moc stavěný.
Both my grandfathers were dead
Byl jsem na
before I was
tom
out of high school.
tenkrát
I was never
hodně
really old enough to
špatně.
listen.
Jen si vezměte tu stravu. Čaj, kali herbata.
Just think of the
Bůh ví, z
food.
čeho to vařili.
Tea. Lord only knows what it was made from.
Odpoledne trochu
At noon, some of the soup
polívky,
from beef.
řepy. A
And in the
večer
evening,
kousíček chleba.
a little bit of bread.
Margarín, nebo taková ta červená umělá marmeláda.
With margarine or red artificial marmalade or liverwurst.
Jenže Bůh ví, co do
But
toho
heaven only knows
dali.
what they ground into it.
Naštěstí se pak nějakým
Luckily,
Čechům
a
podařilo
group of Czechs in the camp
zorganizovat,
managed to arrange a
že jsem se
transfer,
dostal do
and I was sent to the
klempický
tinsmith's workshop.
což
This turned out to be
už
fairly
byla
decent work.
celkem slušná práce a tam
While there,
jsem
I
se
made the acquaintance,
seznámil
to my very good fortune,
mimo velkýmu štěstí s nějakým
of a guy named Jakub
Jakubem
Hein,
Heinem,
a Czech Jew.
Židem z Čech, který když viděl,
He saw that I had no idea what I was doing,
tak mi všechno ukázal.
so he showed
a
me
řekl,
around
co
and taught
a
me how to
jak.
do things.
A já mu byl vděčný,
I was grateful to him because, to
protože
be quite honest, he saved my life.
on mě tam vlastně zachránil život. Já jsem
give him
se
some of the food
s
that my
ním
wife
zase
sent to me.
dělil o jídlo z balíků, který mi posílala moje žena. Hein,
Because he was a Jew,
jako žid,
Hein could not receive
žádný
packages. In
balíky
any way,
dostávat nesměl.
who would he get them
A
from?
taky od koho?
My grandfather volunteered for
Díky
the
tomu
war,
jsme se
sabotaging Rommel's
spřátelili
supply routes.
a
Got
já
yellow
si
fever not too
myslím,
long, and that's
že
amazing,
jsem
Jer.
stoupnul v jeho očích, když jsem mu vyprávěl, jak jsem se snažil
And they became
pomoct
friends, and he
Egonovi.
got more respect from me when he told how to try to help
No ale v
Egon.
letě 1944
Summer 44, we said goodbye
jsme
because
se
they sent me and the other
rozloučili,
Czechs
protože mě a ostatní Čechy poslali
to
do
Buchenwald.
Buchenwaldu.
You know, the thing is, I think about this a lot, actually, about older generations and listening to them. I didn't have, my family was pretty disconnected from our older generations for various reasons. So, you know, I'd hear stories, but not usually from the people themselves. And I think people live through all these amazing things, right? And sometimes we just don't listen or care. But, you know, whenever you hear stories about those people who turn 100 years old and you think, 100 years old, they were born in like 1918. Like, what kind of life did they have? And but I'm interested in history. And I'm mostly interested in the history of people, right? How people lived and what they dreamed of and what their hopes were, their fears, what it was like for them in 1923 or 43, 63, the way they lived their lives, what it was like to get groceries or go to school, going through these, you know, that's whether they went through a war or they didn't. I've always been interested in the lives of people in different times, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why I want to run. I like running historical games, and I want to run this World War II game, but also, I mean, I've run a lot of historical games, and I've always been, you know, not one where people have magic powers or they have superpowers, they have magic, or they're elves. I mean, those things are also interesting to me, but I find actual human beings living in actual time periods to be so amazing and so... My grandparents mostly died pretty early in my life. The one remaining one lives in a different country. It's a weird generational... Yeah, I think my grandmother might be alive. My mother's side might still be alive. but my mother was pretty disconnected from her family in many ways, and so I didn't really know my mother's side of the family. Just, a little bit, but not much. And my father's side of the family, they live on the East Coast, and I lived on the West Coast, so I never really got to see them very much. And they're all dead now, so, as are my parents. So it's just one of these things where you don't necessarily get... I mean, I remember talking to my great-grandfather, one time, and my great-grandmother, but I didn't get to see them that much. I have not played Steal Away Jordan, but it sounds like something that I'm going to want to play, because I know the song. I know it as Getaway Jordan, but now I have to find this game, because it sounds like it's probably about the Underground Railroad. Steal Away Jordan. I should find out about it. I will look into that game. But I'm really interested in the stories of people who maybe don't have magic or superpowers or are elves or dragonborn, and how they survive in moments. And so I'm looking forward to doing some historical RPGs. That is something I'm looking forward to, because I value people, and I think that there's something great about the stories of everyday people who do amazing things. Oh, it's a tabletop RPG. Oh. I should find this. I never met grandparents on one side or any great-grandparents, but my grandpa, I did know, had 16 brothers and sisters, so I had a lot of interactions with older people. Oh, yeah. That's kind of amazing. A lot of World War II stories. I would get Vietnam stories from my dad, since, right, that was... We're going to find out repatriation. Did you experience the death marches at the end of the war?
Ne.
Fortunately, no. I was lucky enough to fall ill at Buchenwald before the end of the war.
Těsně před koncem války. Měl to
Right
štěstí.
before the end of the war. So instead, I was sent to a district camp.
A tím pádem jsem se dostal na revír, kde jsem se
Where I
dočkal
was finally freed.
osvobození. Jinak
If not for
šly
that,
transporty smrti.
the death transports were still running,
A
and many
řada
people
lidí nepřežila.
did not survive.
Americká armáda
Anyway, the U.S. Army took
pak
over the
tábor
district camp
převzala
and set up a field
a
hospital
postavila
there.
tam polní nemocnici. Tam jsem
I
ležel
recuperated there for quite a while.
dlouho,
I think I
protože
probably
já
had
snad
several
měl
illnesses at the same time.
několik těch nemocí
My dad didn't tell me
najednou.
Vietnam stories until I was 30.
Pamatuju
Ooh.
se,
I remember that while I was there, I met a young, lively girl, a
jednou
Czech Roma, who appeared in the
se
camp.
objevilo takový mladý
It's true. The way that you
děvče,
use music for secret
cikánka,
code is so
Čech.
fascinating to me.
Což
I was very
jsem
happy
byl
about this
hrozně
because
rád,
I had someone to
protože
talk
jsem
to.
si měl s kým povídat.
It's one of the reasons why I'm a music
Jmenovala
scholar.
se Marie Červeňáková. To
Červeňáková.
byla úžasná taková vitální holka,
She was an amazing, vivacious
toho
girl
měla taky
who'd also
za
been through a
sebou
lot.
spoustu.
She'd been in
Byla v
Auschwitz,
Osvětimi, byla v
Ravensbrück.
Ravensbrücku. Nějaký
I guess she didn't miss a single
transporty taky
disportation.
minuli, ale jak se dala trochu
But
do
as soon as she's able to
kuchyně,
compose herself,
začala pomáhat
she started working in the kitchen
v
and
kuchyni
helped out with the
nebo při
patients.
ošetřování a já potom,
Later, as she was
když
getting ready to
taky
leave,
odjížděla, protože
all the other
vlastně
Czechs
všichni
had deported
Češi
long
dávno
ago.
odjeli. Tak jsem
I asked her
ji
if she wouldn't mind
poprosil,
visiting my
jestli by
wife
se
at her apartment in
nestavila
Prague
v Praze u mý ženy a
to tell her in
neřekla
person
jí přímo osobně, že jsem v
that I was
pořádku,
okay,
že žiju.
that I was alive.
Po válce jsem se s ní ještě několikrát viděl,
After the war, I
protože
saw her several times
ona
because she
potřebovala
needed to prove to the government that
na svazu doložit, že byla v
she was
těch
actually a
lágrech,
camp survivor,
protože
because
spoustu těch
many of the
lidí, co
people
tam bylo s ní,
who were with her,
skoro
almost all of them
všichni
had died.
prostě zemřeli.
That's rough. I have a bit of that feeling for my niece and nephew about my father. He died 22 years ago, before my nephew was even born. So they know none of the great stories about the 60s. He told me, yeah, my mother and father died not long ago, really. And I have two nephews, and they're so young, so they'll never really get to know my parents, their grandparents, and hear, all the stories of the 60s and yeah. And still, they're mostly about a guy and his squad who carried around a gallon-sized bag of weed in his underwear and covered it up by not showering. But you know what? Those are also amazing stories. Like the story of the guy with the weed in his underwear. Like, those are the stories I want to hear, too. Just like the word Jordan, I knew it was underground. Yeah, and I mean, follow the drinking gourd, which would give you directions how to escape to the north. I mean, so many. There are many historians in the world who do many things, but I've always done my history through music because when I was in school, we didn't really learn about the Underground Railroad, not really. And if we did, we never read any slave narratives. We didn't, most of the time history courses, they care about the kings and presidents and generals, right? They're at that level. They don't often care about everyday average people, and everyday average people don't get to write the history books, but everyday average people get to write songs and poems, and they get to tell these stories. And so for me, having these songs is a way to hear the stories of people who don't get to be in the history books otherwise, right? So, and sometimes if it's past, the 1890s, we can actually have their voices. We can actually hear the voices of these people whose stories aren't told and hear their own sounds. And so I personally I love the arts for the ways in which they allow us to hear the stories of people who often don't get to have their stories told in history books. So, that's like music is so interesting, both culturally and as an art. Oh, I totally agree. And we have done, wait, no, let's say no. Let's make sure there's nothing else we can click on here.
Jste zažil na konci
we did that one. Okay. I think, so we should try to find this Jakob Hein. My dad was an MP for the local Nike bases, and met my mom, who was 16, at one of the coffee houses she used to hang out in with her best friend. Huh. I just... Do I want to... Yeah, let's end it. I was thinking, actually, there's this video of... while in high school... while high school history is okay, it's very great men-centric. Oh, totally. College history was really great because I got a chance to see many more perspectives. I feel the same way, and I just wish we did high school history better. I really do. I know a guy who came back from Vietnam with a duffel bag stuffed with nothing but money. He was selling stuff out of the supply depot or whatever to GIs. Yeah, I mean, these are so many stories. And I don't know, I think that history can be so amazing, and I think we often don't teach it in the best way, So that's, yeah. Grandpa gave his identification documents to his friend Egon Maresch. Egon Maresch did not survive the war. During the interrogation, Grandpa did not divulge who made the fake documents. Grandpa worked with Jakob Hein in a tinsmith shop at Auschwitz. Jakob Hein saved Grandpa's life at Auschwitz. Due to illness, Grandpa had to stay at Buchenwald even after the liberation. Grandpa met Marie Chernakova at a field hospital in Buchenwald. After the war, Grandpa helped Marie Chernakova prove that she was in a concentration camp. Yeah, I think the thing is, I think that sometimes the way we teach things in high school makes people not interested in those things when those things are really interesting, and that makes me sad. That's all. Because, how cool is it to know what, people lived like? Hey, we got all the stuff. I feel really good about that. I mean, there's so many amazing things. Yeah, no, it's so true. Magpie Mirror Test, everything you say is exactly correct. We don't really get to engage with primary sources, to think about how history is made. The object seems to make a super interesting subject as bland as possible, yeah. Did you major in history? Oh, hey, high five. Boom, I'm giving you a high five across the internet. Boom. Yay, history. I love thinking about history. Oh, hey, Jakob Hein and Marie Chernyakova. We can talk to them. Should we talk to our grandfather? I mean, maybe we should now. Should we? I mean, these are friends of his. I'm afraid to talk to our grandpa. Let's do it. Yay, high five. We're gonna do it. We're gonna talk to our grandpa. Your grandpa, arrested by the Gestapo during the war. Virtual high five. High school isn't about educating people. High school's about imparting a minimum level of ability to be able to man a 1950s factory. Both and? Yeah, I would say that that's true, but I do think there are also people who do want to educate you. They have to struggle against the system, but that's true, right? It's both about trying to make sure we've got people who can fill in factories, but then people do want to try to get some education going on, but it's not that easy. The bell on the wall has more agency over your life than you do. Yeah. Ooh. It's her grandpa. Ooh. Hi, Grandpa. Oh, he's not talking to us right now, I don't think. Oh, maybe he is. Grandpa? No. Grandpa doesn't look good right now. The teachers want to teach, but they've got 60-year-old standards holding them back. Yeah. I did not want to go into teaching high school because I want to talk about sex and violence, and I want to talk about politics, and I want to talk about all that messy stuff. And I just know that they would not allow you to talk about those things in a high school. Certainly not in any other right level. I would really want to challenge people, so I get to do that in college. At the university level, I can do all the fun stuff, but I knew that if I went into high school teaching, they wouldn't let me do anything fun at all, and that's no good. Let's talk to Marie. Chervenyakova. Oh no, they would not. No, they would not. It would not be good. Like, I would not be able to do the things I wanted to do. High school history is a way of transmitting narratives. Oh, totally true. Like myths, American exceptionalism, etc. Sometimes this myth-making can be good, but not frequently enough to give a consistent and proper education. And also the problem is, I just don't think myth-making is good. I think it's fine to know about the myths, but I think it's important always to be thoughtful and critical. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can talk about American exceptionalism, but we need to talk about all of America, right? And talk about the ways in which we're not exceptional, and the ways in which we are, and some of those ways are not good. And I just think that, yeah, not great. Grandpa's acquaintance from the repatriation camp, imprisoned as a Roma during the war, at Ledi Upisku. We're gonna talk to Maria.
Dobrý den.
She looks really young, yeah? Okay, I wanted to ask whether you remember my grandpa. You allegedly met each other during the war. I wanted to ask about some events from the war. Let's ask about the grandpa, because that's more personal.
Víte, milí zlatí, co já jsem všecko zkusila? Pochod smrti, sběrný lágr a ten zmatek, to bylo něco
strašného. You don't know what I went through, it was awful.
Však já už jsem předtím byla v Ravensbrücku.
I've been in Ravensbrück and Auschwitz.
A tam jsem přišla o celou
I lost my
rodinu.
whole family.
Lety.
The camp in Ledi?
To bylo snad nejhorší.
It was quite possibly the worst of them all. Ooh. Ledi concentration camp, 1943. Okay. Work detail on roadways. Ledi segment. This game, they did such a good job with this game. Yeah. Naive myth-making is very bad, but I think an engagement with the meta level of mythologizing is important for learning. Oh, I think that's fair, yeah. But also for counter-harmful narratives in daily life. Yeah. Yes, this is... she's the Roma woman. And they gave us some info, like, sorry, I'm pointing, you can't see it, but there was a little pop-up that talked about the Roma. So there's an encyclopedia, so that once you get out of the game, you can go into this encyclopedia and they will give you an education on various topics. So you can find out more about Roma in World War II, etc., or this particular camp. I mean, yes, Magpie, I'm with you. And so the following: Ruzhika Daniel, Ruzhika Miroslav. Ruzhika? This game is so well done. Istanova Emily and Serenkova Antoni. Work details on roadways. Stare Sedlo segment. The following: Holomek Frantisek, Horacek Rudolf, Danielova Aranka, and Chernakova Marie. Stories are powerful, and you have to know that. Chernakova! And you have to know how they work. You will go with Horvatova to the kitchen. But they assign me to Stare Sedlo. Get to the kitchen. If we don't get this garbage cleaned up, we will never get rid of the swine typhoid. Do you think I want to die here in this rubbish? This game really cares about the small details to make the experience really impactful. Yeah, I think there's a reason why it was nominated for excellence in narrative, and I think it won Game of the Year in the Czech Republic. The sound design is amazing. If you listen, you can hear this really thin, high-frequency sound that is disturbing. It's so well done. So well done. No, it's true. I mean, the Roma story is there are so many people that suffered in the Holocaust, and I don't think any of them should be forgotten, you know? What did you say to Peshek, Auntie, to get him to assign me to the kitchen with you? As if. That guard, Moravek, beat Bozena Kubikova so hard. Her back is colored like a rustic trunk. Huh. Don't laugh. It's true. They beat us like we aren't even human. Kitchen. What are you doing here? Oh, uh-oh. The commander sent me here. Oh. You're Marie, right? You know, you're a very pretty girl. Oh, sugar cubes. Oh, this is bad. Well, look here what our young little thief is hiding. I will come for you this evening. Auntie, Moravik is coming for me again, and I will have to submit to his will. You have to get out of here immediately. Jer, heavy game. Thank you, Jer, for the content. Is it coming through randomly? I went and I changed, but how? I changed the thing from. It doesn't seem like it's going in every 45 minutes like I wanted it to. I'll have to look at our command again. Also, yeah. But how? When I take the trash out to the forest, Usually they don't watch me. The trash dump is half a kilometer from the camp. This evening you will go with me, but won't return. I'll tell them you were with me all night. In the morning, get on the train and go find the Ruzicka family in Prague. They live in Holosovis. Marie is your second godmother. They haven't deported her yet. They look like whites. Maybe they will help you. What a you know, it's bad. Fleeing Letty, I was able to escape the camp and couldn't let them catch me. I had to get to Prague, but I had no money and no proper clothes. You have to choose the route Maria should take. You have very little time. Oh my gosh! Very little time. Forest? Oh my gosh. Meadow, hill. We have to choose the route that she's going to get to Prague. And she has very little food or clothes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to press the continue button. Hey, Dema. Hey, welcome in. We're going to have to figure out how to get her... Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Thank you for the host. It is much appreciated. Ooh, the name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. And then I say the name again with an F very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can rhyme. Dema, 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 Bobema, Banana, Fana, Fofema, Fee, Fi, Momema. Dema. Thank you so much. It is very much appreciated. Woo. The game is going well. I will tell you, we're going to have to press the continue button. Thank you for that break, because a little bit of, like, you know, a little bit of tension. Marie has to try to escape to Prague. She has no proper clothing and very little food, and she can't be seen. And we have to decide the route, and we won't have a lot of time to do it. I think we've got meadow, hills, and forest. I think we should go... I think we should go hills, even though that's the worst. That's what I think. Hills. And then hills again. And then ranger station. We're just going. Oh. Steal the clothing. And then forest. And then hills. Train station? Is this the right move? Oh. Oh gosh. Let's talk to the, woman farmer? Oh, yeah. Up till, yeah, I know. Staying up late. Let's talk to the woman farmer. Excuse me. I was robbed. I was robbed. And I need, to get to Prague. Excuse me, I was robbed and I need to get to Prague. I don't know if the woman farmer can help us, but... Oh, kill code finally... Oh. I'm sorry, I won't give you any money. Oh. Alright, let's talk to the mom. Maybe she will help us? Excuse me. I was robbed and I need to get to Prague. I don't have much, but I can spare a bit for the train. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got to Prague and found my relatives, the Ruzicka family. They were afraid of getting arrested, but they let me stay at their place. I hid there for several months. I gained 1 coin. It's so stressful. Thank you can I tell you all a story? I want to tell you a World War II story that is... So, one of the... there's a group called the Comedian Harmonists. Ice Bunny knows them. They're a German group. They sing music, and I study them, and I write about them. And there's this book that's just an oral history where they interview the surviving members of this group about, their lives. And this is this based on a real-life person? Jein, to use the German. The story we're hearing is fictional, but it's all based on oral histories with real people. So they took the oral histories of real people and sort of made a conglomeration of them into these fictionalized folks. But stories are mandatory. No, you are correct. You are correct, Carlin. This group, half of them were Jewish and half of them were not Jewish. And they were one of the most popular bands in Germany. And they were so popular that they were able to continue performing even after many other people had not been allowed to perform. And they stayed together, and they stayed performing until 1935, when finally they were banned from making music together, because they said Jews and non-Jews making music together was basically threatening, and also doing jazz music was anti-Nazi. So the band had to decide what to do. The band broke up. The German, they weren't actually all German. One was German, one was Bulgarian, and I think one might have been Austrian. Anyway, the non-Jewish half stayed in Germany and made a new group, and the Jewish half left. They went to Austria, then France, and then the United States, and they made a new group as well. But there was this story that when I read it, it made me, Hitler hated jazz, oh yes. And every time I read this story in this book, it makes me teary. The sister of one of the Jewish members was getting on a train, and she and I think maybe her mother, right? They were escaping Germany. They were leaving Germany to get out, and they had in their bag their jewelry, like their valuables. And Hitler, no swing. Now you have to like jazz. It was actually Jewish black music to them, because they sort of read Jews as also being black, sort of. And so they saw jazz as being Jewish and black and American, and none of that they liked. And so they had their valuables, and you weren't allowed to take any money with you outside of when you left Germany. When you left Germany, you had to leave everything there, so you couldn't take anything with you. But they had their valuables in a bag, and they were on this train. And as they were on their way out, the train is stopped, and a Nazi comes into, this man in a Nazi uniform, he comes into the car, and he says, okay, everybody, open up your bags. We have to do a search to make sure that you don't have any valuables with you, that you're not trying to take any valuables out. And they were all so nervous because, leaving the country with nothing is devastating. And so they open up their bag so that the guy can search through their bags, and they're so worried that this guy would find their valuables. And what the guy does is he turns his back on these women and the people in the train car, and he just stands with his back to them for 20 minutes, and they don't know what's happening or what's going on. And after the 20 minutes is up, he turns back around and he says, I just want you to know that not all Germans are like this. And he just let them go without searching their bags or taking any of their stuff so they could escape and have some kind of means to support themselves when they got out of there. And, whenever I read that, it always just moves me so much because, I just the reminder that even in these terrible moments, there are people who are humane, and there is still goodness and humanity, even in these terrible moments, that there still are good people in the world. So that just one moment it always gets me, Yeah, it's just so, yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, no, the thing about Jews being black, that's not just Germans who thought that. There were a number of, once we got into sort of scientific racism in the 19th century, there are a lot of people who thought really weird things about race. My focus was on popular music studies, is what I did, and popular music studies, sort of generally speaking. But my special field was popular music, international popular music between the wars. So I focused especially on jazz, cabaret, popular music in the United States and Europe and globally between the two world wars is what I mostly focused on, but I basically had to qualify on popular music studies, generally speaking. A lot of Jewish musicians have been combining jazz and traditional music, such as klezmer. Oh yeah, even klezmer in the 20s had jazz in it. So I mean, it's really interesting. But the idea about scientific racism, like there were all sorts of weird ideas people had in the 19th century and further. Like people thought, and you can see these drawings, these scientific drawings. People thought that Irish people were black. That was another thing, that they were like, oh, Irish people were secretly somehow actually from Africa. I mean, people, like, I will tell you, scientific racists of the 19th century had whack ideas about people. And like they insisted that Irish people were black, and you could tell by their noses and their hair, and then Jews were black. They just all of them, they were pretty exciting. Oh my gosh, yeah, huge overlap with Jewish musicians, the avant-garde free improv scene. Yeah, no, Dema, I'm telling you, people thought that Irish people were black. There's a whole thing about it. It's kind of outrageous. And it's one of the things that in the work that I'm doing, I'm talking about the relationship between blackness and Jewishness in Germany in the 1930s, because for these Jewish musicians, they couldn't sing songs about how wonderful Jewish people were at that in like 1933, 34, but they sang these jazz songs, and so they were able to sort of do through a kind of a cross-identification between Jews and blackness, sort of create this interesting form of resistance. It's very interesting. They were called that, it's true. I mean, people, I gotta tell you, that's the thing, right? Racism just doesn't make any sense, basically. It just doesn't make any sense. And they just make up weird, whack stuff. Same thing. Oh, How the Irish Became White is so good. Such a good book. Italians were considered black too for a while. People, I gotta tell you, people who are in that space, I was like, what's wrong with you? Someone must have seen me and contacted the authorities. After they found me, they arrested the entire Ruzicka family and sent us all to Auschwitz. Magpie, are you in my Discord? If you're not in my Discord, you should be in my Discord.
Nakonec mě stejně chytili. Odvezli mě do
In the end, they caught me.
Osvětimi.
They took me up to
Co
Auschwitz.
pak na to se dá zapomenout?
Can you really forget something
Na
like
tu
that?
hrůzu.
Forget the
To
horror?
se nedá.
It's impossible. It's almost like black and white are stupid bullshit categories that don't actually mean anything. Why, yes, Krellin, indeed. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what's so interesting? In South Africa during apartheid, you had to be registered as a race, black, white, or colored. You should totally join us, Magpie. We have all the fun discussions there. And so you were either black, white, or colored. But what's interesting is that, Chinese were black because they were communist, but Japanese, I think, were colored. And if you were white and you married a black person, you were reclassified as black. So like your race was also like this classification that depended on all sorts of random things. I mean, yeah, we are one race, a super tribal race, but we are one race. I'm sure there are some things you don't want to remember. How did you ultimately manage to survive? Does that mean you don't remember my grandpa? Let's say, how did you ultimately manage to survive? Because I feel like we want to know about her.
Velký štěstí
Lots of luck
a vůli žít.
and a will to
A když
live.
jsem slyšela, že vybírají na
When I heard they were
práci,
picking people for work,
tak jsem se hned přihlásila
I immediately signed up for a transport with
do
a lot of people.
transportu, kde nás bylo hodně. Odvezli
They
nás
took us
do
to Ravensbrück to
Ravensbrücku
work.
na práci a proto jsem
And
tu
that was how I
hroznou
survived that
válku
awful
přežila.
war.
A všichni, kteří tam
Those who stayed
zůstali,
behind, sadly,
bohužel, šli do plynu.
Were gassed. Oof. So it was a racial category, but also That's why Trevor Noah's mother was his maid, not his wife. That is correct. That's right. Oh, okay. Come back. Yeah, we will be here. Well, unless the game ends early. I don't know. It's actually interesting because it was a racial category, but because you could only live in the zone designated for your race, right? So if you were a black person, you had to live in a black zone. So if a white person married a black person, where would that white person live? The white person, they were not going to let the black person live in a white zone, so the white person would have to live with the black person in the black zone, which was a terrible, terrible place, which is why that often didn't happen. But you couldn't have a white person living in a black zone, so they had to reclassify the white person as a black person. I mean, right? I mean, tell me. But what about those Martians, huh? Oh, Fogsight, those Martians. Let's ask about my grandfather. And the name Jindřich Jelinek, isn't familiar to you?
A víte, kolik lidí jsem já
Do you have any idea how many people I met back
To byste
then?
mi museli připomenout.
You would have to remind me. Oh, okay. In his diary, Grandpa wrote about how he met you in a field hospital. Shortly after the war, you delivered a message to my grandma that he was still alive. In his diary, Grandpa says that you helped him prove that he was a prisoner in Auschwitz. Let's go with the grandma, because that is the most personal and the most specific.
Jakže se jmenuje váš děda?
What was your grandpa's name?
Jelínek.
Jelinek?
Setkala jsem se s ním, ale až po
Yes, I
válce.
met him, but not until after the war. Grandpa said he helped you settle something with the government. Is that right? Let's do that one. I mean, maybe we should know about how you met my grandpa, but I want to know about the government thing. There's a bunch of controversy in South Africa due to farmland being redistributed fairly rather than 90% white owned. Yeah.
No, na svazu
Yes, at the Union
protifašistických
of
bojovníků.
Anti-Fascist
Po
Fighters.
válce jsem chtěla na všecko zapomenout.
After the war, I wanted to forget
Ale
everything.
jak roky šly,
As the years went by, my joints
tak
and
mě
hips
začaly
began to
zabít
hurt.
klouby kyčlem. A z toho
I
koncentráku
brought back
jsem
all sorts of
opravdu
ailments from those
si
camps that
přinesla
still haunt me to this
takový
day.
neduhý, který mě teď tíží. Můj manžel
My
Pavel mi
husband,
říká,
Pavel, said to me,
zkus to.
try to ask the government
Jdi se
about some
zeptat,
sort of
jestli by ti
compensation
nedali nějaký odškodné
disability
nebo
payment.
invalidní důchod, jako to dali třeba
like they
paní
gave to
Danielové.
Mrs. Danielova.
Tak jsem ho poslechla
I listened to him and
a
applied
šla
for
jsem
it.
si zažádat o to. A ono to vyšlo.
And it worked
A
out.
hodně mi zařídil
Your grandpa
váš
really helped me
dědeček,
sort it all out.
protože
He
mi
testified that I'd been in the camp with him.
dosvědčil, že jsem byla v tom koncentráku a taky mi
He
zařídil
also helped me
hlavně
arrange
na ty
visits to a
moje
medical
bolové
spa
nohy a
facility
klouby.
for my leg and
To
joint
jsem byla
pain.
hrozně ráda a
I was
vděčná.
very happy and appreciative for that. We're going to ask the direct question because, right? Do you remember if Grandpa said anything about why they arrested him?
Ano, mluvil.
Oh, yes.
A zavřeli
He
ho
spoke to me
jenom
about it.
proto, že pomohl
They
jednomu
arrested him simply
Židovi.
because he helped his Jewish friend.
No ale měl štěstí ještě
And he
v
was a lucky
neštěstí,
one.
protože se vrátil domů ke
He
svým
was able to
rodině.
return home to his family.
A moje rodina tam celá.
I lost my entire
Nebo těm
family,
Židům.
as did so many
Jednou
Jews.
jsem po válce znala.
I met a guy
On se
once
jim nedal
who had this
zažít
happen to him.
do
He
koncentráku.
didn't let himself get sent to a camp.
Ten jim
He ran away and
utíkal,
hid.
schovával se.
He
A
even fought
dokonce
in
bojovali
France.
ve Francii. Po válce
After the war, he
se
settled in Zátek,
usídli s vojákama v
and that's where we
Žadci.
met.
A tam jsme se poznali. Byl to
He was
fešák.
handsome,
Moc
I
se
liked
mi
him a lot.
líbil. Já jsem se mu
and he
taky
liked me,
líbila. Ale
but
odešel do
he
Izraele.
left for Israel.
Nic se tu nedrželo.
There was nothing to keep him here.
Jenže nezapomněl na
But
mě.
he didn't forget me.
Posílám každý rok
He still sends me a
blahopřání
card each year for my
narozenin.
birthday.
Mému manželovi
My
se
husband
to
doesn't like it
líbí.
much, but he
Ale
tolerates it.
toleruje to. Hodně radostí.
Lots of joys for many years to come. Aegon Madish.
Egon Mareš.
Aegon's not dead. Oh, hey, what? There's a mystery there. It turns out that Aegon is not dead after all. Oh, interesting. Oh, Aegon's alive. One of the most morbid, fascinating constructions of race was the Hutus and the Tutsis in Rwanda. Oh, yeah. There is no genetic difference between the groups, but the colonial government created a distinct group based on class lines. Yeah. I mean, the thing is really, here's the thing. We're all human beings. Do you know what I mean? And we just create these differences in ways that are, yeah. But also, like, yeah, I mean, the whole thing. I think about, in the U.S., how at one point in time, if you were one half black, that was legally different than if you were a quarter black, a quadroon, or an eighth black, an octoroon, and that would make a difference. And, I mean, it's ridiculous. Option 2, yes. Krellin will do that one. That's what we're doing. Egon Marash? That was the name of Grandpa's Jewish friend that he helped. I thought the Nazis shot him.
To nebude on,
It
to
couldn't
bude
be the
asi
same
schoda
person.
jmén,
It's a coincidence.
protože on byl voják.
This guy was a soldier.
Ale jestli chcete, tak
want,
můžu dát
I can give you the
adresu
address.
z poslední pohlednice, co mi poslal.
From the last postcard he sent me. Yeah. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Wow. We got a lot of great information. We're missing 2 bits. But I feel really good about that because none of them are red. Chernyakova was sent to Auschwitz. Chernyakova met Grandpa after the war in the Union of Anti-Fascist Fighters. Grandpa was arrested because he helped a Jewish friend. Chernyakova met Egon Marash in Zatek after the war. Egon Marash survived the war and lives in Israel. Chernyakova knows Marash's address. Yeah, Plessy versus Ferguson. Plessy versus Ferguson. The guy was... Yeah, the whole thing is just... There's a thing that I wanted to share, though, about this. Is okay, so we're missing 2 bits of information and 1 encyclopedia bit, but I think we can maybe come back to that and maybe get more information in the roundabout way. We will see what we can do, but I feel like we might be able to get more information. Because I think that sometimes you can come back to them and then get more information, maybe. I mean, we will see. So there's a book which I love. It's called The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin. So good. And it's about a man whose dreams control reality. So whatever he dreams becomes real. But of course you can't control your dreams. And so the book starts with him being arrested for abusing dream suppression drugs. It's kind of a slightly near future dystopia. It's not the greatest time and place. And instead of going to jail, they send him to a psychiatrist. He's forced to go to a psychiatrist to figure out why he's, taking these drugs. And he tells the psychiatrist, the reason why I take the drugs is because my dreams change reality. And the psychiatrist is like, I'm sure you think that, but it's not true. Blah, blah, blah. But the psychiatrist realizes that it is true and then hypnotizes him and forces him to dream these dreams to make the world a better place. And it doesn't go well, is what I will say. And there's this moment where the psychiatrist wants him to dream that there's no racism. And so he dreams that everybody's gray. That everybody's gray and there's no difference. And so, like, that Indian restaurant down the street is gone. And all of these things that make up that kind of the amazing tapestry of our world are all missing, including a really important point that I will not spoil, because that would be a spoiler. But it's a good book. I recommend it. Let's call it Egon Marash. Let's call it. Plessy versus Ferguson ends up being really important for the history of jazz, by the way. Jazz data. Because jazz is really what happens when you get the mixture of Creoles and blacks coming together after Plessy v. Ferguson. Because before then, they lived in different worlds. They were not considered the same race. They did not have the same musical backgrounds, right? You had the Creole francophones, the black anglophones with different things going on. And then after Plessy versus Ferguson, with the institution of Jim Crow, all those people were then considered the same category. And jazz comes out of what happens when the musical mixing of those two groups, along with Italians and Mexicans and Cubans. Very interesting. As a programmer, I feel that those conclusions are false. You absolutely can create an acceptable reality. I think you might be able to, but I think the problem was that you can't control dreams, and so he would tell him to dream these things, and they would never turn out the way he wanted them to be, right? Because it wasn't conscious. It wasn't like he could just dream what he wanted. It was always some kind of strange thing. It just takes a lot of effort to account for all the variables. Yeah, no, it was super cool, and so that was really interesting. Grandpa's fellow student and friend from the band, despite being Jewish, He avoided deportation during the war. Okay. Let's find out about Aegon. Tel Aviv, 2001. Debugging would be a nightmare. Fair. It's not going to turn out... Yes. That's right.
Oh.
Hi, I'm the grandson of Jędrek Jelinek from Prague. I sent you a message. You replied that we could speak on the phone. I would like to ask you some things about my grandpa. Hi, I'm Jędrek Jelinek's grandson. I was told that my grandpa was sent to a concentration camp because of you. What happened? Let's not do number 2. That one is rude. Not that one. Let's do this first one.
Ano, to vypadá, že
Yes, yes.
bude na delší dobu. No, tak
It looks like this will take a while. You know what? I will put you on speakerphone, okay?
Jo,
Yeah, not the second one. We missed so much jazz history in college. Too much history to cover. Yeah. We need to do a better job with music history, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. I think that we don't do a good job of music history. Like, I think we don't do it, yeah. But I work on it, right? I'm in the fight trying to make it better. I heard that you managed to escape deportation during the occupation. I know that Grandpa helped you escape deportation, but I don't know exactly what happened or why they arrested him. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? You get 3 semesters to cover all of music, all of it, from like ancient Greece to the present day, and generally speaking, 95% of all of that music is Western classical music. Don't fight history. Maybe I should fight history. I should fight all of the history. I'm gonna fight it. I don't know which one I should pick, folks. Should I do the first one? Or should I just be more direct and go with the second one? Second one. Right? Okay.
Do toho transportu do Terezína
I didn't get on the transportation train to Terezín. I ran away.
Ovšem tentokrát už to
Of
bylo
course,
takový,
at the time it was a different story.
šejstlík, už to nebylo ono.
Yeah,
jo?
it does sound a bit accused of the first one, right?
Jedna z
In
toho
brief,
důvodu
that was one of the
hlavně
main
teda,
reasons why the
že
police
už
started
po
to
mně
pursue me.
policajti začali jít. Jo, a to jsem začal mít
I began to be afraid of
dědeček
them.
to vycítil.
And
A
Grandpa
hrozně
felt
mi
that.
pomohl tím, že on na
Helped me a
svoje
lot by using his
doklady
ID documents
mi
to forge
vystavil
mine.
moje. Na jeho jméno,
In his
moji
name,
fotografii.
with my photograph. Oh, Prague, Vrosovice train station. Okay. This is going to be stressful, I think. Yeah, like, I think you don't want to be accusatory. You want to sort of have a... Oof. Train station. How stressful. Ciao. Hello. Did you get me those cigarettes? Yeah, I'm with the second one. I almost forgot, friend. I have to go to Benesov today for a package of food. It's hard to blame people for what they did under ridiculous circumstances. Yeah, and I mean, it depends. Like, it depends on what they did, right? There's a famous musicologist who was involved in the murder of 14,000 people, and I feel like maybe that person you could be like, hey, in a volunteer unit as well. You know? So some people you're like, hold on a second. I have to go on my day off, but I can't complain. At least I get fresh meat and lard, right? Well, yeah. People still try to make excuses. They're like, yeah, I mean, maybe he killed 14,000 people, but his musicology is so good. And I was like, what? I was not about it. If it's a hassle, I could go for you. Don't be crazy. It's dangerous, and if they caught you, you know what would happen to you. It's not that big of a risk. Oh. So Aegon went to go and get the food. Look at how they do the animation of the sound effects. Crap, something's going on. The protection police is on watch. But that said, right, not going to like killing 14,000 people, I think that people do things they need to do to survive, and I think in those terrible moments you have to be aware of the context. You know what I mean? That's all. Maybe he ruined the careers that does women, but his comedy is so funny. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Krellin. Thank you. Yeah. And I just think, yeah, that's all. We have to look at the context, but sometimes when you look at the context, you're like, what? Screw you. There will be strict security checks. Oh, that's no good. Oh. Oh no. I have some reservation about Wagner due to that. Leitmotifs are amazing, and I'm glad they're here, but, like... Yeah, and also, the thing about Wagner is that you just read his writing. Like, read the stuff that he wrote, and it's not good. Like, he says terrible things about his composition process, and also, he's not the person who... Like, he did not... Other people were doing leitmotifs, right? I mean, he got a lot of stuff from Meyerbeer, but, you know, I'm just saying. Oh, no. Oh... Oh, he had to hide the package of food. Oh. Krellin, that's a good one. Oh. Ooh. Ah. Yeah. It's true. And he also had really good self-PR. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. Oh. They shot at me and released their dogs. I ran for my life. Okay, so he dropped his jacket, which probably had the ID card on it. And that's how they found the ID, but they didn't find him. Your task is to use the cards to construct the story of Egon's flight so that he escapes his pursuers. Choose a card on the screen and drag it to a free spot. Ooh. Okay. Oh, oh, gosh, hold on. Oh, no. Ah! Okay, wait. No, free spot. Here. Go. Oh no, I don't have time. No! No, no, no! No, back, can I? No! No, he got caught. That was bad. We got caught, we have to do it again. Oh no. They had dogs and searched the entire railroad tracks. They would have quickly found me in a tree. Fortunately, I got away. You didn't gain any coins. We have to redo that, by the way. But they found his paperwork, yeah. That was stressful. Yeah. Oh. We have to go back and do that again. We need him to escape. We will come back to that. And what happened to you afterwards? Documents with Grandpa's name were in that coat. Thank you for telling your story. I finally know exactly what happened. Take care and goodbye. No, let's find out what happened to you afterwards. We want to know about him.
Dostal jsem se do kontaktu s jednou ilegální skupinou.
I came in contact with an illegal group that helped Jews. Yes, and this group made me new ID documents.
A na jejich popud,
and at their suggestion,
jsem se přihlásil
I volunteered to work in the German Reich.
No a tam tenkrát se organizovala.
At the time, they were putting together the so-called Tod-Organisation.
Takzvaná Organisation Tod. Jo, no,
yeah.
Tak,
hey, Crit Witch.
Když nás dali dohromady,
so they got us all together and sent us to France,
že tam budem
where we were supposed to build the so-called Atlantic Wall.
Takzvaný Atlantický vál.
Hey, Crit Witch.
Jo, jim to nebylo stejně.
Of course, it did nothing in the end.
Spojenci potom,
to make a long story short, the Allies invaded.
Invaze. A my jsme byli,
and we were, you could say, liberated. They immediately sent a group of us to England for basic training.
Taky ten základní výcvik.
And then they sent us to Dunkirk.
Jsme byli poslaní do Dunkirk. Tam jsme byli přiděleni.
We were assigned to a Czechoslovak armored unit.
Jednotce. S tou jsme vlastně ve zdraví
yeah, and it was with them that we arrived back Go back on the new train. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think comedians, by their nature of their process, using their life as material, can provide a glimpse to their character, but the amount of self-deprecation they use in their comedy and how they use it. Yeah, and oh yeah, totally, it really was. I also think, I mean, like you think about somebody like Bill Cosby. He was joking about roofing people, right? So sometimes you look at their jokes and they're not exactly jokes, you know? Shall I get back to my grandpa? Yeah, let's do that.
No,
Yes, your grandpa.
děda. Já si porád
I still blame
neustále
myself
si kladu za vinu,
all the time for his
že
death.
jsem zavinil jeho smrt. Kdybych býval nestratil
Had I not lost that coat,
sako, tak nemusel
they wouldn't have
skončit na
executed him.
popravě.
But they didn't execute him. No, my grandpa's not dead. But grandpa's alive. You thought he was dead?
Cože?
What?
Děda žije?
Your grandpa's alive?
No.
Oh Lord, I've suffered
Pane,
guilt for this since
Já si od
1945.
45. roku dávám za vinu, že jsem zavinil smrt.
That I caused his death.
A on žije.
And he's alive? Oh Lord, that's
Když
crazy.
No hned,
You
víte,
see,
hned po
right
válce,
after the
jak jsme
war,
se vrátili,
when we came back,
tak jsem se
I
sebral
took off and
ujížděl
went
jsem
straight to
do
Jindřich's
Jindřichova bytu.
place.
A tam mi právě ta
I
bába,
saw that
ta
lady,
domovnice,
their
tam
building
mi
manager.
řekla, že Jindru otáhlo gestapo.
She told me that the Gestapo took Jindřich away,
Že pokud ho osvětí mi teda,
Auschwitz.
že už se nevrátil.
and that he never
No a lída,
returned.
že se odstěhovala.
Yes, and Ludmila, your grandma, said something about it. The Gestapo told Grandpa that you were dead. They did send Grandpa to a concentration camp, but he survived. Now he's in the hospital, but he's very ill and barely speaks. I need your help on this one. Do I say that the Gestapo told Grandpa that you were dead? Or do I say, because that would explain why Grandpa didn't try to find him, or do I say they sent Grandpa to a concentration camp, but he survived. Now he's in the hospital, he's very ill and barely speaks, and that could maybe inspire him to come visit and they could have a reunion. I feel like this one might give us a reunion, which I think would be good, right? Hey, Shatner Toupee. It's yeah, we're going with number 2. This game is amazing. It is so well done.
To je mi líto.
I'm sorry to hear
To
that.
je mi líto.
Very sorry. I'm glad that I learned the rest of the story. Grandpa never said that much about it. Thank you for the interview. Goodbye. Would you like to visit him? He would be so excited to see you. Visit! I know. I feel the same way, drummer boy. But sometimes if you don't take it, then you don't get it back.
Moc rád.
With pleasure.
Já kdybych býval viděl, že
Had I
žije,
known that he was alive,
tak už
I
dávno
would have come much sooner.
bych přijel.
Reunion! Prague 2001. Oh, we're gonna get a reunion, everybody! Okay. Reunion cup. And I'm glad to know that Grandma maybe wasn't having an affair. So that's good to know. With the German. This game is so well done. I don't even know what to say about this. Hey, rainbow flags. Ooh, I should see that. Was that our grandpa? Oh! Hey! Hey, that was amazing! Yay, reunion! Hey, that is so cool! I love that our finale for this game was a reunion between friends. Like, that's amazing. Wow. The music and sound is good. They did good work. And the sound editor was also really good. Vladislav Zelezny. Great work. I mean, they did... I know. It was really good. I would say the game was what? Maybe... What time is it right now? Is it like 7:30? I played the game in about 4 hours, maybe? About 4 hours. It wasn't that long. But the thing, of course, is that even though we finished it in 4 hours, there's still content in there that we don't yet have. So, for example, we didn't talk to Jakub Hein. He's still out there, a person for us to interview. We didn't go back and talk to Grandmother again. And there's all these encyclopedia articles that we didn't read. But, so there's a lot in there that we still, like, you could replay it again and do some more interviews and get some more content out. That was amazing. That was really good, everybody. Oh, let me see. We're gonna let that go. We're gonna let it keep going. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna turn down my volume a little bit. And I love that this was actually made by historians. Oh, I got this game on Steam. So you can get it on Steam, certainly. You might be able to get it from, look at this, Czech Game of the Year, Game Learning Society Showcase Award, and the Gala Serious Game Award. I don't even know about the Serious Game Award. It was developed at the Faculty of Arts and the Faculty of Mathematics and Physics of Charles University and the Institute of Contemporary History in Czech Republic. Yeah, I feel like you can continue playing the game to discover all the mini-games, characters, and other content. I understand. I'm just gonna hit there. I mean, so it was made by this university, so how amazing is that? So here's the thing. There are two people we didn't actually finish talking to. If you don't mind, because I feel guilty about it, I want to go back and I want to help Aegon escape from escape. There's this little mini game here, and I would really like to do it successfully because, you know, I feel badly about him, about not getting the escape. So they shot at me and released their dogs. I ran for my life. Okay, so we are going... We had a suggestion of trying to go for another train, and I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to put this train up and have him jump on board another train and then jump off here. Yes. Whoever suggested that, thank you. It was almost a miracle they didn't catch me. I jumped on a cargo train that was passing through the station and jumped off in some fields outside Prague. Yes. And we do have 2 pieces of missing... Thank you, Magpie. That was it, right? That was it. Oh. See, I feel good about that. I feel really good about that. Because hey, B bottle floof. So here's the thing. I know that technically we finished it, but I want to go back to our grandma and Jakub and find out about them. Because also, come back anytime, Shatner. You know, and the reason why you should come back is because you don't want to pay. It's bad. I know it's bad. It's no good. It's very bad, no good. I want to say that we're gonna do a giveaway. Since we're here, we're hanging out. We're going to do a giveaway, and the giveaway is for... I know it's really bad. It's not good. You don't want to pay. It's free. No need to pay. So good. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. That's why it's so good. We're going to do a giveaway, and the giveaway is going to be for NBA Playgrounds, which is a basketball arcade game. So just make sure you've said something in the next 5 minutes, and then you will be eligible for the giveaway. I want Shatner to pay. He's got lots of money. He can totally afford it. That is true. Bad, not good. Oh, Oh, no charge here, no reason to pay. So there's that he didn't want to pay. That is a line from the song "Wig" by the B-52s. What's that on your head? A wig. I said, what's that on your head? A wig. Wig, wig, wig. If you don't know the song "Wig" by the B-52s, I recommend it because it is an excellent song. I appreciate all puns regardless of quality. I am so glad. Oh, hey, you know what I didn't say? I wanted to tell you all. If there are folks out there who have not followed me and you would like to follow, please do. We're at, I don't know. What are we at? 343 followers? When we get to 500, I'm going to do a stream of a visual novel in Pig Latin. The visual novel won't be in Pig Latin, but I will be in Pig Latin. So there's a Pig Latin stream that is on promise. I was all this time I was waiting for what will be a really good 500 follower goal. I could do a 12-hour stream. I could do that. But now I know what it is. Pig Latin stream, everybody. Irwe oinge ute ude ewe igpe atenle imstre anwe iwe inbe actising pray because be iwe antwe ute ibe ilire udge itwe I'm a Ealing's Fay, acting way, ithway, I'm a ig pay atenlay or performance pay. Itway, ilway, ebay, ilire ulke, iway inkfay. I mean, I played Rock Lobster. Oh, Rock Lobster's so good. It was a rock lobster. Let's go check out Jakub. I mean, I want to find out. I mean, we technically got the end, but I want to find out more. So just a little bit of Pig Latin. Grandpa's fellow prisoner at Auschwitz. As a Jew, he was persecuted during the war.
Hele, kupovat nic
I don't want to buy
žádnou
anything.
výhodnou pojistku.
I'm not interested in a better
Petice
insurance
nepíšu
plan.
a Bibli už taky mám.
I don't have any petitions. I have plenty of Bibles. Wait. I'm not gonna need closed captions for that one. Oh, but no, here's what I was thinking. You put it, this is why you do the visual novel, because visual novels give you the text, right? So then you can see the text. It's like closed captioning. It's like closed captioning because it's a visual novel. That was my thought. The other thought, I know I can't do it in Esperanto, like Shatner did, because Shatner was in the Esperanto film. The other option is getting somebody to translate Pig Latin to English, but perhaps translate it in a messed up way. Hey, Sal. Oh, no worry. Hey, Sal, for folks who don't know, Sal's here. Salixon is going to be streaming Hellblade, Sinuous Sacrifice, in tandem with me. I'll be streaming it on Saturdays at noon, and Sal will be streaming it on Mondays. Udby gay. I might actually say Udgay Ibe. I might actually break that up because it sounds like I might actually just break up that one up into two syllables. Udgay Ibe. Also at noon. Oh, good time. Does Google Translate Pig Latin? Oh, that's awesome. So Sal will be playing it at noon on Monday, and I'll be playing it on Saturday at noon. And we're going to be playing alongside each other. And then when we're done, we're going to have an after-action report and talk about it on stream, and it'll be really fun. But mine's a blind playthrough, and his is not. So I imagine he's going to go faster than I will. So he'll probably finish before I do. But it's we're gonna be Hellblade buddies together. Yeah, it sounds better, right? Udge Ibe? I think that sounds better. I don't think. Oh. I feel like Google needs to get on it. I came Mr. Hein because of Auschwitz. I want to ask you something. That feels vague. I don't like that. I came Mr. Hein because of Auschwitz. I want to ask you something. That's super abrupt. I'm Jindrik Jelinek's grandson. I recently found out that you helped him in Auschwitz. I would like to learn more. See, that's the thing you ask. That's the one. Well, Jindrik Jelinek. Why didn't you say so in the first place? I was wondering if something happened to him. He stopped coming to our meetings. So come in. What meetings? Our grandpa went to meetings? Grandpa said a lot of nice things about you. You allegedly saved his life in Auschwitz.
Jsou silná
That's a
slova, to
powerful
víš,
thing to
že
say.
nepamatuju.
Of course I remember
On
him.
byl taková houžvička.
He was as
vypadal,
fragile
že
as a
vlastně
twig.
vydrží, že
He looked
vydrží
like he
pár
wouldn't
týdnů a
survive.
bude konec.
He'd
ale
last a couple of weeks, that's it.
Měl velkou vůli
He had a
přežít.
strong
Já
will
měl
to
tu
live.
výhodu, že
I
jsem
had an
byl docela
advantage. I was very
tělesně
skilled at my
zkušený.
job.
Dělal jsem v
I worked in the
kompletní
tinsmith's
dílně,
workshop and I would occasionally
tak
help
jsem
your
mu občas
grandpa
mohl
out.
pomoct. My jsme se
We became very good friends.
docela jsme se spřátelili. To bylo důležité,
It was
takže
important to stick
pohromadě.
together.
Občas
Sometimes
zase
he
pomohl
would help me in
mě.
return.
Prožili jsme toho
We
spolu
went through a
hodně.
lot together.
Třeba jednou v létě.
For example, I remember
To
one
byly
extremely hot summer in
osvětlivě
Auschwitz.
velký horka.
Allegedly is weird
Žízeň
phrasing.
jsme měli.
You were so thirsty. Ooh, flashback. Auschwitz, 1944. I really feel like this game is so well done.
Nasadili nás na stavbu
They
nový
sent us to
továrny.
build a new factory and we had to carry
Dát
bricks and
cihly
bags of
pytle s
cement.
cementem. Byli jsme
We were covered
zaprášení
with
a
dust and
vysušení jak
completely
trsky.
parched.
Přitom žízeň je horší
Thirst
než
is worse
hlad.
than hunger. You can
Hlad se dá
suppress hunger,
obelhat,
but you
ale
can't stop
žízně
being
se
thirsty.
nezbavíš.
Move! Yeah, it's not blind for me, so I've done the puzzles before. Also, I'm generally more of an action game player than Trooper and pretty decent at the combat. Ooh, I hope I'll be good. I hope I'll get, like, really good at the combat. I'm excited to see. I will say that what's tricky about action games for me is that I can get really good if I play them nonstop, right? If I don't, but like I only play once a week, and so I always have to like get back into it once I listen to this sound design, everybody. Look how disturbing that sound is. Like I'm pointing to my ears. You're not in my ears, but the sound design is so disturbing, so well done. By the way, we're gonna find out who our winner is. We're gonna have a winner for NBA Playground. And I want to find out who it is. Who is it? Shatner Toupee! A little Threnody, it is. Hey, Ice Bunny. Hey, Shatner Toupee. You know what? I don't think Shatner Toupee is here, but I'm going to whisper him anyway. And then when he gets back, it'll be like a surprise, like a pleasant surprise. And I'm so excited about that. All right. Hey, Shatner Toupee. I'm telling you what I'm writing so we can all be in on it together. Hey, Shatner Toupee. You won our giveaway. Everyone says congrats. Everyone says congrats. So, here is a Steam... here is a link to a Steam key for NBA Playgrounds. I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Shatner Toupee is super cool, and I'm really glad. And then I will say, from the foxhole! Boom. Yes. Okay. Right? Shatner is a cool new person, also a toupee. So I love random goodies in the mail, so I'm so excited about sending that off. And, oh, what sort of slacking off is this? This is like what happened to my grandfather. He was in Jersey when the Germans invaded and they tried to make him work on the underground hospital. He kept running away and he ended up being put in an internment camp in Italy. Wow. Oh, B. Boodle Floof. There are, I think, 1 or 2 different TV shows about the invasion of the Channel Islands, the British Channel Islands during World War II. Enemy at the Gates, I think, is one of them, which I've heard really good things about. And I think there's another one. I know of 2 different British TV shows about the occupation of the Channel Islands. And I actually just recently got, I think, one of them in the mail. I ordered it. I think I have to do kind of funny things with region, like I have to strip the region coding from it so I can watch it. But I'm really excited to watch it because, again, I'm getting all of my World War II resistance media under my belt so that I can run a good resistance game. And how amazing for your grandfather. Hein! Jelinek! You are tinsmiths! Come with me. Oh. I wonder, in order to finish the job, we have to knock this shack to the ground. I wonder about... Wait. You just need a no-brand DVD player. Hold on. I'm going to be distracted by this. Hold on. One moment. All right, I got it. I'm back. Okay, I can tell you. So, this is it. It was, and please note that, okay, so it was Enemy at the Door, and it was, and this is about the occupation of the British Channel Islands, and then the other one is Island at War, which is another drama about the Channel Island occupation. Both of which I've not watched these yet, but I'm really excited to watch them because that sounds really exciting to me. No, but wait. And then this right here, I want to show this to you. This is a British TV show from the 80s called Wish Me Luck. And it is my inspiration for my World War II game that I want to run. And it's all about the SOE. It's about British SOE agents, including a number of women who were airdropped in to France and worked as SOE agents. And it's an amazing, amazing show. And it's one of my big inspirations for the RPG that I want to run. So if you all want to watch it, I recommend it. Enemy at the Gates is also good. Yes. He escaped and was recaptured several times. He eventually hid for so long that the war had ended and the English refused to repatriate him as they thought he was a deserter and he had to work for his fair home. Wow, that's amazing, B. That or watch their VLC. You should be able to set to PAL. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a... I know, right? Wish Me Luck was really good. That's a good tip, Volpez. Thank you. In order to finish the job, we have to knock this shack to the ground. Pull out everything made of metal and put it in a pile in the middle. Do you understand? Yeah.
Narazil jsem na zbytek vodovodního
I came across some old
Bylo v něm
plumbing,
ještě trochu vody.
and there was a bit of water in the
Nejprve jsem ji
pipe.
chtěl vypít sám.
At first I wanted to drink all of
Pak
it, and then I
jsem
said
si
to myself,
říkal,
what
co
about
zítra?
tomorrow?
Chvíli jsem
I
váhal
hesitated for a
a
moment,
nakonec jsem se rozhodl
then I
podělit.
decided to share. Yendrik, come here, quick. This is so intense. They do such a good job.
Mysleli jsme, že
We
nás
thought no
nikdo
one had
neviděl.
seen us. Oh.
Cítili jsme se trochu
We felt slightly
provinile,
guilty,
ale utěšovali se tím,
but we
že
reassured
ta trocha
ourselves
vody
that this tiny
byla
amount
i
of water
pro dva
wasn't
málo.
even enough for the two of us.
Po osvobození
After
se mě ale
liberation,
kamarád z komanda Albert
Another friend from the
zeptal,
work duty station asked me,
proč vy dva ano a
water
já
for the two
ne?
of you, but none for me?
Na to se jedalo odpovědět.
There wasn't anything I could say. I'm wearing my shoes and I have a wood floor, so, or it's not really wood, it's like fake wood, it's laminate or whatever, so it clicks on the floor, you know. Did my grandpa tell you why they arrested him? I'm trying to put together Grandpa's story, he never spoke about it. Does the name Egon Marosh mean anything to you? Allegedly he knew my grandpa knew each other. So, what do you think I should pick? because we know the ending of the story, so I feel like we can maybe learn more about him. What do you... Should we do number 2? What do you think? I mean, I think we have some options now, right? Because we got that amazing ending for this game. So what do you think? Oh, by the way, I'm not going to be hosting Critical Role tonight because Critical Role is a one-shot, and I need to work on my syllabus because class starts on Tuesday. 2. Okay. Hey, Empress Pookie. Why do you have a... You know what? You won't get us sick. It's fine.
Všechny spoje vzpomínky
I put all those memories into a box.
Škatuly jsem dal
I
do
boxed them up in the
skříně
closet, and
a
I
nerad
don't
na to
like thinking
vzpomínám.
about it.
Takže se ani
So I'm not
nedivím
surprised that your
původně
grandpa doesn't
Ježkovi,
want to talk about it.
že o tom nechce mluvit.
Yeah, I agree with you,
To
B-Boodle.
nejde o
B-Bottle.
to,
B-Boodle.
jestli tam je
It's
nějaký
not about some
extra
big
velký
secret that we're
tajemství.
keeping.
Prostě ty vzpomínky
It's
jsou
that these
natolik
memories are really
příjemný,
unpleasant.
že se na to
And
nechce
I prefer not to think
vzpomínat.
about them.
Tak jako jsem to udělal já,
Just like I did.
dal jsem to.
I stored my things in the closet and I don't think about them. But
zkus se zeptat dědečka.
try to ask your grandpa.
Třeba
Perhaps
bude
he'll be
mít
glad
radost,
that you are interested in
že
this.
se o to zajímáš, o ten problém. Třeba ti o tom
Perhaps
něco
he will
poví.
tell you something. All the silly buses. Oh yes, thank you, Sal. Please do, because I just can't do it because not only do I have to get 2 classes ready, one is more ready than the other. I also have to work on the website for them, and I don't know how that's going to go yet. And then I also have to get prepared for orientation tomorrow because we have the big orientation for all of our grad students, and I've got to prepare that presentation and put together what I'm going to say. And then also, I also have Monday, I've got meetings for all my students again. And then I also have to get ready for the game that I'm jamming on Friday. No, he's actually not dead in the game, but he's in the hospital. And he's not talking, right? He's in the hospital not talking, and that's why. This class, I'm teaching... this semester, I'm teaching the history of African American music, which is the one the syllabus is basically done. But I need to figure out. I think I want to change up the class lecture on the 2000s and do something a little bit different with it. I don't know. I really need to just stop thinking about those things and just do something different. I need to just go with what I have. But I might change up that one a little bit. And then the other one I'm teaching is Introduction to Musicology for grad students. And that's about like the history of the field and how to do music research. So it's like a meta class about research and the field. And I want to maybe mix things up a little bit. And that one I want to think about a little bit more. Oh, you started on August 16th. Oh, that's kind of early, Empress Pookie. Well, I suppose you'll end early, right? You'll probably have a bit more of a break than we do. But I'm also GMing Cthulhu Confidential on Friday, not tomorrow, but in a week, and I want to go and get that together too, so I'm very excited. How did you get to studying musicology? I was a composition major as an undergraduate. Well, there's a slightly longer roundabout, and I will answer that after we find out. How do you think it's possible that something like that could happen? I want to ask that question.
No, já nevím, jak si to
I don't
vysvětlit.
know how to
Někdo
explain
říká,
it.
že za všechno
Some people
může
say that
Hitler,
Hitler or Eichmann was
nebo
responsible for
Eichmann.
everything.
Chytili ho,
Who
popravili
they
ho,
captured and executed.
ale
Although
já jsem z toho neměl dobrý
I had mixed
pocit.
feelings about that.
Myslím si, že
I don't
tím
think
se
you
to
can
vysvětlit
explain
nedá.
things like
Nedá
that.
se to
You can't
svést
blame
všechno
everything
na
on one
jednoho,
or
na
two
dva
people.
lidi. Nedá se
You
to
can't blame
svést na
everything
jednu
on one
politickou
political party.
stranu. Je
It's astounding and
udivující a
incomprehensible that the
nepochopitelný,
entire nation,
že celý ten národ, lidi,
normal people
normální
like you and
lidi,
me,
jako
did not
seš ty
see
nebo
what was
já,
going on.
že neviděli, co se dělo. A
And that they
dělali
helped
všechny ty
do
hrozné
horrible
věci.
things.
Jak je to možné?
How is that possible? Oh, what did you buy, Empress Pookie? What did you buy? Do you put the text for your students online, or do you have to have to give them in print? It depends on what the texts are, because you're not allowed to, for example, photocopy an entire book and put it online. That would be outside of fair use. So If they are articles that are available online, then I will have them get those articles themselves because I want them to practice their research. If they are book chapters that are in a book and we only have one copy of that book, and it's only one book chapter, I will scan that and put that online. If it's a book, then I have them buy the book. So that's what I do. And then I put all the music online for them. And if they... No, I don't print out. I mean, if they want to print out their articles, they can. Books they buy, articles, I give them online and they can print it out if they want, or they can read it digitally, whatever they want. I hate when the site refreshes. Because then you lose all of the chat. Do you think the people who caused your suffering were punished? That seems like a really... I don't think I want to ask that question. Oh, wow. Grassroots fascism. Yeah. I asked for Assassin's Creed Syndicate for my birthday, but I got some money, so I bought it on Monday and turned 16. Congratulations! Happy birthday! Oh, hey, wait. Hey, Empress Pookie, it's your birthday. You know what that means, right? It means I have to sing you happy birthday, but as if I were a lounge singer in Vegas. So... Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Yeah. Happy birthday, dear Empress Pookie. Don't go changing. You're beautiful. I mean that. I'm all here all week. All right. Happy birthday to you and many more. Happy birthday, Empress Pookie. Woo! But you still get a birthday, happy birthday. We call those readers, and, it's just happy birthday. We call those readers, and I used to do readers, but, I just do put everything online now. It saves the environment some, right? But, you know, we don't often have people having the birthday on the stream and then telling me about it. But if they do, then I will sing them happy birthday. Because who doesn't want a happy birthday? Oh, I'm glad that I can make it a little bit better. And we're playing a game about the Holocaust, which will make you super happy. But it had a good ending. I don't want to say, do you think the people who caused your suffering were punished? That seems really... like an intense question to ask a person I don't even know that well. So I think, it's a good question. Levi, it's your birthday again? Weird. And you're like, I'm twins. I don't know how that would work. I'm just gonna say I won't keep him.
Tak pojď, já tě doprovodím. Pozdravuj dědečka.
So come along, I will accompany you and say hello to your grandpa. Take care, goodbye. I just didn't want to ask about the punishment. That just seemed really... Oh, wow. That's a lot of information we didn't get. We can get a lot more information from him. Vulpes! I'm very excited about the fact that we're going to have a Vulpes birthday on a Thursday. I think we're going to play Tooth and Tail next. Let's talk to our grandma. I want to say hi to her. Just give a hello. What about celebrating not birthday? Hey, Grandma. Okay. I spoke to Mr. Malik and need to clarify something. This is gonna be, a very merry unbirthday to you, who me, yes you, could... Oh, you know what's a great song by the Smiths, Unhappy Birthday? Hey, Trooper, I have that disease where I age a year every week. Can I get a lounge singer birthday from you every, say, Saturday when I'm not here? Oh, but you'd have to be here to really appreciate the birthday. Lounge singer birthday. Here is the thing I want. I want them to teach about Japanese suffering in the U.S. Oh, well, you know, the thing is, I mean, I learned about that some as a Californian, right? Because we talked about the internment camps. Although nobody I know outside of California learned about it at all. Yeah, like, I don't want to ask either one of those either, right? Like, neither one of these things are things I really want to ask her. Ugh. But I'm currently playing a Japanese-American college student who was interned in this Call of Cthulhu game that I'm playing in. Let's go with the assassination attempt. Gosh, what kind of questions do you have me ask? Do you think... well, let's just ask what it was like in Prague after the assassination attempt. Because, come on now. It was the most horrifying thing ever. It was awful after the assassination. They locked people up, executed them. It was terrible. Grandpa was locked up. I was afraid they would execute him too. I was terrified that would happen. Then came Lazaki leadership. It was the most horrible, horrifying thing ever. Oh. Apparently, I learned this from the reality show about the SOE. They, in retaliation, the Nazis killed 5,000 people, like, in the first couple of days. The goal of the game is... So, there is a goal, and there is... the goal is... So, on the day of the assassination, your grandfather was arrested. And the goal of the game is to find out why he was arrested on the day of the assassination attempt. And what he might have had to do with that assassination attempt at all. So that the mystery is about trying to figure out what happened to your grandfather and why he was arrested and put in a concentration camp for the rest of the war. So you're asking all of the people, like your grandmother, people that, and you find out about people who knew your grandfather, and you talk to them and you're trying to find out the mystery of why was your grandfather arrested. Do you think that were it not for the assassination attempt, the situation in the Protectorate would not have been so intense? Hard to say. That Heydrich was an evil man. You could see it in his eyes. He was a terrible person. If the assassination hadn't happened, maybe so many people wouldn't have died. Perhaps the destruction of Lidice wouldn't have never happened. But how can we know? Perhaps they would have sent us all to Siberia. Who knows? We have to ask that question, though. I think. You know that question? About Mr. Malek, who said things about... So we have two questions. Were you involved with a German during the war, and did you know some German man during the war? One is way more accusatory than the other one. Always be murdering Nazis. ABMN? My mother tells me how my great-grandparents were part of it. Yeah. So, let's just say, did you know some German man during the war? Let's not get all into the affair accusation right now. Well, of course. Mr. Sikor was my boss. We knew each other from Melnik. I met him once in Prague. He had moved here. We saw each other on the street. I asked him where he worked, and he said City Hall. So I asked him if he might be able to find me a job there, and so in the end he did. He found me a position, and I started working there. And I didn't have to leave Prague. I was so grateful to him for that. This is awkward. This is super awkward. In the worst case, she tells you how she met your grandpa. But she was already dating our grandpa at this point in time. That's the thing. She and grandpa are already together, and the neighbor thinks that she was having an affair. Did you meet with Mr. Sikora outside the office? We're going to ask that one that seems innocent enough, but, you know. Please don't remind me about that. After they locked up Jindřich, I kept saying to myself that I could help. So I went to Mr. Sikora as an acquaintance of mine. And I thought that, well, anyway, he was quick to tell me he had an acquaintance in the Gestapo. And then he would sort everything out. Mr. Sikora was very willing to help, oh yes. And then he said he'd like to take me out to some fancy new restaurant. And that I should go there with him. And I fell for it, like a stupid cow, so I ended up going. Oh, wow. Hey, new area. Never want to ask Grandma if she was a freak. Maybe you do. I don't know. My granny did that in real life. She's telling me what happened to my grandpa. Yeah. There are a lot of Nazis in this restaurant. Goodness, there are Germans everywhere. Ooh, awkward, everybody. I realized that I did not know how to address him. Good day, sir. No formal, my dear. Maybe it is a Nazi restaurant. We are not at work. Please, you can call me Wenzel. Excuse me, waiter. This is not gonna turn out well. 2 cognacs. I love the art. I think the art's really cool. Wenzel, have you been able to find out anything about Jendrich? Reenactors. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, they have excellent pâté here. Quality game people. Ew, could not have ordered something more nasty. I think only Nazis have acquaintances in the Gestapo. You know, there's a question about that one. Like, why do you have an acquaintance in the Gestapo? Why is that? Waiter, bring us a plate of pâté rabbit à la Marseille. And later, 2 coffees with a serving of apple strudel. Ja, Herr Sikora. You will not find the rabbit on the menu, you know. It is kept only for important people. He is such a sleazeball, Levi. It is so true. Ugh. Yeah. And my LH, we saw some German art. And now he eats bunnies. And he eats bunnies. See, that's all I'm saying. Ugh. So creepy. I'm scared they will keep Jendrich indefinitely. Stab him in the eye, Grandma! Do it! Wenzel, please. You promised to help us. Oh, look at his sleazeball face! Such a sleazeball face! Oh. Kick him with a fork, Grandma. Oh. Yes, but first, let us toast to your bravery and beauty. Sleazy! Little rose, little rose, little rose red, little rose of the field. Ah, you are more beautiful than ever. Oh, this guy. My Ludmila. The little rose fought thus and pricked no prose of pain could help her. Oh, this is actually Roslein. Oh, this is I believe Schubert did a setting of this. I think this is Goethe. Yeah, I know, right? Your Ludmila? No. I feel the same way, like Mind Bleach. Like he's just all like gross. It's a song. I think it's a poem by Goethe, and Schubert wrote the song, and it's about this little rose that is, yes, Roslein auf der Heide. Yep. Mm-hmm. And about how it gets pricked by this soldier. It's like, it's a rape metaphor. That is Goethe, my darling. I know, you just like want to... Oh, isn't it gross how he's getting closer? Suddenly I realized he didn't care about Jendrich. Sikora had been waiting for this opportunity for a long time, and now he had his chance. Just like a spider that waits for its prey. And I had walked directly into his web. Oh, he's so gross, and the spider... What happened? Grandma? His advances disgusted me, but I couldn't just leave. I was afraid he would be insulted and seek revenge. I had to find a tactful way to deflect his advances, and poetry came to the rescue. Okay, folks, we have a mini-game that involves a duel with poetry. Select a poem and drag it to the empty bubble. Refuse Sikura's advances firmly and directly, but without insulting him. Pay attention to facial expressions. The rose does fight back and stab the kid, but I think that gets plucked anyway. It's a poetry duel! Okay. Rosebud, rosebud, rosebud red. He throws fair and tender. Rosebud did her best to prick. Vain 'twas 'gainst her fate to kick. She must needs surrender. Hello, English major! Poetry duel. Roses are red, violets are blue. I would rather eat sick than make out with you. B Boodle! That's the best one! I love it! What's this burning wheel now? Words, you know, I was GMing a game where there was a dancing duel, but I want to GM an RPG that has a poetry duel. Okay. Let's see. Which poem do we use? I wanted to speak out. I wanted to say, don't go any farther. Robbers hide along the way. I wanted to speak out. Go home, flee. Treachery's lurking in the shadows of those trees. No, that's not good. That's not good. These old men melt into their chairs. Faded in the sun, they look soulless, with eyes on the window where winter blooms draw, shivering the painful shivers of a toad. No, I feel like that's not good either. Summer is burning with fire on all sides. The besotting blooms of the Acadia field. As the green soul of the grapes smolder on vines, wolf poppies among the grain do yield. I think we have to go with the farther one? No, that's not good either, because that's about yielding. I think we have to go with the first one, right? Because this one seems like it's about going, yeah, woohoo. Yeah, Summer's Burning is leading on, so that's no good. Calling him a toad is no good, so let's go... Sah ein Knab ein Röslein stehen, Röslein auf... Sah ein Knab ein Röslein stehen, Röslein auf der Heide, war so jung und war so schön. I don't think I can sing the whole thing because I don't remember it all. I know, we're gonna have to go with this one. No, but it's, well, first off, he gave us the translation. He gave us the translation. We're gonna use this one. I wanted to speak out. I wanted to say, don't go any farther. Robbers hide along the way. I wanted to speak out. Go home, flee. Treachery's lurking in the shadows of those trees. He doesn't seem to like it. Before the morning star, I wandered into the desert to sow my freedom with a pure heart and joyous spirit. But in vain my work was squandered, my effort, my time, my inspiration. Ooh! Ooh. Good night. Graze on, you are not driven by the voice of honor's call by Pushkin. No, you just have to find the part that's missing or not. Sleep well, B Boodle. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Oh, hey, B Boodle. I'll see you on Saturday, maybe, when I'll be running Hellblade, Sinua's Sacrifice. Ja, der Krampf, ich breche dich, Rosa auf der Heide. Ich steche dich, dass du ewig denkst an mich, und ich will's nicht leiden. But then a man to be wildly excessive, it could be said that this is living. A man takes pride in sexual conquests and boasts of them foolishly. In them, the poor fool, he sees a manifestation of his power. Oh, that's rough. That is rough. Let's go with Pushkin, shall we? I don't know if that's a good choice, but let's do that one. Und wilde Knabe brach. See, this is when the young man plucks Roseline, the rose off the heath, and she stabbed him, but she still had to take it. That's the thing, right? Grazon, you are not driven by the voice of... I feel like that's not a lead on, right? I feel that's it saying, hey, this is not honorable, but it's not too harsh to insult him. Because I feel like it says, hey, no, but it doesn't... Because, it calls... The other one calls him a fool, and I feel like that's really bad. That's the text. Hope it helps a bit. Yeah, no, I know. But again, right? It's a rape metaphor, and the soldier takes her. Like, she fights back, but in the end, she's... But you are not... I think Grazon means don't... You are not driven by the voice of honor's call, right? I feel like that's saying, like, hey, you're not doing the right thing. I long for you, and governance, I'm losing myself. I've lost my will, hopeless. I vainly mount resistance against that which brings you order. I approach strong, ready, rigid, steady, rigid. Ugh. Go lie down, forget it. Turn off the lights, hug your pillow instead. On the bench, about to cut, scissors of desire. Fear crawls within. After the chill of freezing winds, how sweet it is to warm as one numbs hand from the cold. Yet I didn't keep an eye out for the thief, and in the meanwhile, my home's hearth gone. Yeah. I think we have to go with the blunt one. I don't... It's... Go lie down, forget it. Turn off the lights. Hug your pillow instead. On the bench about to cut scissors of desire. Fear crawls within. It's blunt. Ooh, okay. We did it. That's exactly what I said. I was able to refuse Sycora's advances and express my fear politely without letting things go further. And we got 2 coins for that. Hey, we did it. We did it. That was good. So before that night, Mr. Sikora had never propositioned before. I think that she would have told us we had. So let's say, what did you say after the poetry?
Snažila jsem se z toho
I tried to snap him out of it.
Holky v práci
The girls
se
at work
na
looked at me
mě
strangely.
dívali, ale
But you know,
já jsem se
I
bála.
was afraid.
Byl to můj
He was my
šéf,
boss. He was German.
byl to Němec. Jednou, dvakrát.
He invited me to a
pozval
cafe
do
once or
kavárny,
twice,
ale víc
but there was never
nic
anything more to
jiného
it.
nebylo.
Oof. Oh, do you think it was Sikora who got Grandpa arrested? No, but we'll ask.
To snad
I don't
ne.
think so.
To
It wasn't
vůbec
like that at
takhle
all.
Nebylo. On vůbec
Him, not at all. He just took advantage of the situation.
Situace. On by takhle daleko
He wouldn't have
nešel.
gone so far.
A s těma jeho
And with his acquaintances at the Gestapo,
příbuzní na tom
I don't know how
gestapu,
it was.
To nevím,
I don't
jak
know.
to bylo. Nevím, ale já
I don't
na
like to
to
think of
nerada
it. No,
vzpomínám. Ne. To byl nějak jinak.
it was somewhat different. Hey, we got everything. Yes, he was from the German minority. He was a Sudeten German. He was from the Sudeten minority. It is true. I feel like we got all the good stuff. And we have 13 coins. I think we did really well. I think we were, awesome. So here's the thing. It is 8:20. I think we should call it a little bit early. And, we finished the game. We did a great job. We had, is there poetry about fork stabbing? I really want poetry about fork stabbing. That would make me, ooh. The encyclopedia is long and full of terrors. And I think we can't read it all because there's so much. I'm going to read that on my own, though, because I like reading these things. But I will not make you sit through the encyclopedia. It's fine. Here, hang out with me over here for a moment. Come here. Let's do this. Where are we? Here we go. Let me exit. Yes. Then exit. Yes. Boom. Okay. So, here we are, hanging out together. What's next? What's next? A man feared he might find an assassin, another that he might find a victim. One was more wise than the other. Yeah. Hello. I will do that, that's fine. So, this is what I want to tell you. Here are all the things. All the things. So, it is 8:20. We're going to call it for tonight. I will not be hosting Critical Role because I need to work on my syllabus. We did. We actually, Ice Bunny, we won the game. It had I like Stuff and Crane too. It had a wonderful ending that made me get all teary. It was a wonderful ending. It was really nice. It was good. But here's what's up next. On Saturday, I will be at noon, hence with your red sword of virtue. Saturday at noon Eastern time, I will be playing Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, a game that has had great reviews. It'll be my blind playthrough, but I will be playing it at the same time as Salixon, who will be playing it on Monday at noon. So we're going to play in tandem, and then after we're done, his is a second playthrough, mine is a blind. After we're done, we'll do an after-action report and talk about it. And the game deals a lot with... I was at the hairdresser's, Ice Bunny. I was. I went... the game, Senua's Sacrifice, is rated M, and I am. And it is... it's got intense violence, blood and gore, nudity, strong language, but also it deals with mental illness, so those are all the content things you should think about. I think I've reset the death count, but it is an action game, so there may indeed be death counts for this game for us. And the other thing is, I will be streaming next Thursday, and I think we will be doing Tooth and Tail, which is another one of the games from the Excellence in Narrative category for IGF. There will be death counts. I'm excited for all of the death. And the other thing is then next Friday, I will be GMing Cthulhu Confidential with Drunkly Romantic on Geek Space TV. So certainly stop by and see that adventure. That'll be fun. And so that's like what I got going on for the next 2 weeks. Enjoy your gaming Saturday. I will be at the Renfest. Ooh! Drink all of the ciders in my honor. I am very excited for this. The game tells you pretty early on that dying too often will wipe your progress. Like delete your save file. Ooh. Well, that sounds really exciting. So if I die too many times, I lose my save file and I may have to start again. That is exciting. I like it. I like when they, that's harsh. And I appreciate some harshness. I'll be ready for it. I'm going to have to really concentrate and get this down. And we will do it. I will fight. I think that's on the hard difficulties, but I could be wrong. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to put it on normal difficulty. I always play on normal. So I will try not to do 44 deaths in one session. I will try that. I mean, I'll see. I'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll feel like some death. I don't know. We'll see. But Senua's Sacrifice, Tooth and Tail, and then Cthulhu Confidential. That's what is up for the next 2 weeks. A journalist tested that, and after like 50 deaths, they still hadn't had their save deleted. Huh. So maybe I'll be okay? Hopefully. We will see. But yes, Tooth and Tail will be coming up. We'll also be playing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, will be one of the other games nominated. And the actual winner, which we'll also play. It's all good. So anyway, I just want to say thanks, everybody. Oh, we have a Discord. If you have not joined our Discord, you should do it. It's full of joy and awesomeness. Or I'll get a new death record. We also have a Twitter. I have a Twitter, Academic Foxhole, where I tweet some things, although I've been slacking recently. But don't worry about it. And what else? Oh, then also we have the YouTube, where you can see the archive of the previous streams. Yes! Thank you for joining. Love it. And if you want to give a follow, you can, and that will bring us one step closer to the Pig Latin stream for our 500. I'm excited for the soundtrack. But like, it was one of the other games nominated for. So it's we've done Butterfly Soup, we've done Attentat 1942, and we have done, let me see. Come here, Tacoma. So we have to do Tooth and Tail. That's one of the ones we have to do next. We have to do, what else is up next? Where is it? Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, A Night in the Woods. That's the one that won. A Night in the Woods won. So those are the ones we have left. Ooh, dinner. Ooh, dinner. I'm going to fix myself some food, everyone. So, I will see you all later. Note that I do Night in the Woods one. So we're going to play that one last. The last one we will do was the one that won the award. So I haven't played it yet, but Night in the Woods won, so I'm really excited. So that's really cool. So what's don't forget Salixon, you should give him a follow if you haven't done, will be hosting Critical Role tonight on his channel, which is Salixon. So Drunkly and Random Tuesday stream Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. They seemed like they liked it. Oh, I'm glad. I'm really excited. So, it had some bugs? Well, the thing is, we have to play all of the ones that were nominated for Excellence in Narrative. It's our thing. We have to do it. But I'll be excited, and I'm really excited for the eventual winner, because here's the thing. Attentant 1942 was amazing. All the 3 games we played so far were really good, and if Night in the Woods beat all of them out to win, I'm expecting it to be excellent. Excellent. We have to. It's tradition now. Tradition. That's it. All right. Come back at 10 o'clock to watch Critical Role on Sal's channel. And I may show up in Sal's channel as long as it doesn't distract me too much from the working of my syllabus. I may not show up, but I might. We'll see. But that's what we're going to do. And I'm just saying, these are the ones that have been excellence in narrative from the Independent Games Festival. I bet they're going to be good. Oh, you know what else I have to do? I've got to go to the costume store for props. For reasons. I want to get some props. All right. That's as silly as Fiddler on the Roof. Fiddler on the Roof. Tradition. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. You all have been wonderful and awesome, and I feel so lucky to have you all in the foxhole with me, being my battle buddies. And I will see you on Saturday, or on Thursday, or on Friday. So, I might be changing hats. Levi. You don't know. I'm just going to be looking for a little bit, like, I was told there's a really good costume shop here in the Boston area, and I'm going to find it, and I have some ideas of what I want. That's all. That's all. Just some things. So excited. All right, everybody. I will catch you on the flip side, and I will see you on the Discord, and I will see you around. All right. Good night, everybody.